If I misunderstood somebody's evidence, I'll accept that. But your point is that that particular seizure did not take place at CHC depot?
Not that I can recall
Okay.
of.
I'll cross-check on that and I'll come back to you.
Before you
Yes, Chair.
move further away, I just want to make an observation about something you said, Mr. Law.
Indeed, Chair.
You said you accept the reasons. I just want to disabuse your mind, Colonel,
Yes.
of any possible misunderstandings. I hope Ms. Sildo did not mean that the reasons that she says she accepts are acceptable.
Yes, Chair.
That's something we will weigh down the line.
Indeed.
Yes.
So she accepts that subjectively those were your reasons,
Yes.
but not necessarily
say
that they
yes,
are
I
acceptable.
understand, Chair.
I'm not saying they are not acceptable.
Yes, Chair.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chair, for the precision. I was loose in my words, and by accept is I am not going to challenge you on the reasons that you put forward, but I too am not drawing a conclusion that those reasons are correct. That's what I meant, and the Chair was very helpful in that regard. So thank you, Chair. You understand my position, Colonel. You then move, you say, to Isipingo. I understand that there at the harbor there is a police station called Maiden Wharf.
That is correct.
Why didn't you move to Maiden Wharf?
Maiden Wharf has their own exhibits to tend to commissioners.
As with every police station.
Yes, correctly.
So
yes.
as with Isipingo as well.
Yes.
So
If I may expand on that, commissioners, I know I'm at the ground level calling station commanders, phoning the various police stations for assistance. And as much as witnesses will come here and say that we should have tried the nearest station and all of that, I think I highlighted with my Umhlali, the Simbiti case, the difficulty with regards to securing storage locations. And if I had to elaborate on that, it's because these stations know that the lab takes a long while to house those exhibits, destroy it, analyze it, but no station wants to give away the SAP 13 space, let you use the entire or half of the exhibit room. Because remember, more especially stations like Maiden Wharf, which is close to our harbor, they are the stations that receive bulk exhibits that are seized at the harbor. So it could be that they did have storage place at that time, but the reason I did not engage with them was I know that they are going to need that storage place, then they're going to call me to ask me to take away my exhibits from there, like I've had previous experiences. That was my reluctance. That was the reason for my reluctance in engaging stations, because past experience has taught me certain stations will assist, others won't, others have their own SAP 13 needs to tend to.
the picture you are painting is disturbing. It's like everybody owns a police station, and how do you work? You come across, or at least to me, as suggesting that you have to beg for space when you have done your job and you need secure space. You literally have to beg because somebody is going to reject your request. So in the end, you end up not even making the request.
Yes.
Is that how you operate?
Yes, can I elaborate on that, Commissioners?
Please do.
It may not be a pretty picture to paint, but it is the truth. And if I had to tell the Commission, we've had instances. I'll give you an example. I think it was a year or just over a year back. My EPR group seized around 8 tons of copper in the Malvern policing precinct. Firstly, there's no space to keep 8 tons of copper. The stakeholders, meaning Transnet, Eskom, PRASA, don't want to safeguard those exhibits like they usually do. So we stuck with 8 tons of copper. The station cannot house it, that being Malvern Station. I personally had to acquire a container, a shipping container that we moved at our own making our own logistical arrangements. Get a container, call in favors, ask the station to house the said container there, lock up the exhibits in this container at Malvern Station. Within a year, every bit of that 8 ton of copper was stolen. There's various cases opened by the police station themselves for petty thieving, but 8 tons eventually was lost. That's one incident with Malvern Station. There was another incident at Isipingo Station, I think it was in 2024. The infrastructure task team had seized around 5 tons of copper. Isipingo could not house it. They then acquired a shipping container, placed it on the station premises in order to house these exhibits. All of those exhibits ended up being stolen within a few months as well. So these are the challenges that we are facing. It's easy for management sometimes to come here and say, we should have tried this station, that station has placed, this station has a big safe. But in reality, these are the challenges we face. And I'm going to go on further to state, when you seize these type of exhibits, sometimes you're at a crime scene for a day or two. To remove 8 tons of copper, the police is not logistically equipped, even with large amounts of drugs. So you're having now to request specialized units like TRT, NIU, POP, to come and guard those exhibits. They're okay with guarding it for maybe a night or two, maybe 4 days max, but they've got their own duties to attend to. Now you've got pressure from their commanders calling you to say we need to withdraw our members. Then I'm calling every district commissioner, every station commander trying to get assistance in this regard. So I just wanted to highlight the challenges that we face. Hence, sometimes the decisions we take may not be viewed in a favorable light here, but it's because of our experience of the challenges we know we face.
You see,
Okay. That can never be justification for you not even asking whether storage space was available. You never asked. You never ever asked. All of the things you say can never be justification for not asking. They cannot be. You simply made an assumption that there was no storage. You assumed that there was no storage. Am I correct? You assumed.
No, Chair.
You assumed because you never asked. It's as simple as all that. Did you ask?
Chair,
Did you ask?
No, I did not ask.
So you assumed.
I knew it would become a problem in the future.
You assumed that they could not store the suspected contain. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Why did you make such an assumption on so serious a matter?
Chair, when I escalated it to the brigadier's level,
Why did you escalated it because in paragraph 30, you already took this very strange view that you had, open quote, exhausted all avenues for close quote, for storage.
Yeah.
And yet you didn't. You simply made an assumption. Is it factually correct that you had exhausted all avenues? Is that factually correct?
It's not factually correct.
So why did you say it to your superiors?
Okay.
And why do you continue to say it in your affidavit?
Chair,
Why did you say that?
Chair, the reason I say it is because of the closest stations that were there were Brighton Beach.
I'll tell them to you. They were Durban Central, Brighton Beach, Maiden Wharf. And how far is Mbilo? There was also Mbilo. How far is that?
Yeah, Mbilo is not far, Chair.
Give us kilometers.
I can't estimate, but more or less.
We
20,
know the furthest
20,
or the
I would say
farthest
20.
we know the farthest was 24, and then there was 20, and there was lesser.
Yes,
That's about the 3 we spoke about yesterday.
yes.
So Mbilo, would you say, is within the 24 downwards also?
I would say so, Chair.
So we're basically talking 4, and in respect of all 4, you simply made an assumption, and you've incorrectly state it as a fact that you had exhausted all avenues. How could you say you had exhausted avenues when in fact you simply made an assumption?
Yes, I did. But Chair, if I may just explain about even Mbilo station, right? I'll give you a practical example, Chair. Maybe it will help shed some light. I think it was 900 and something kilos that was seized in their area. And I think it was the very next day that somehow the lab took reception of these exhibits. But those exhibits as well were stored in an unused cell, a single bricklayer cell. That's nearly 1,000 kilograms of cocaine in a single cell. And the station could only accommodate it for a limited period of time. That is why those measures were taken, and somehow the lab managed to accommodate, and it was sent within a short while to the FSL in Pretoria. So I'm saying...
For argument's sake, let's leave out Mbilo and look at Durban Central, Brighton Beach, Maiden Wharf. For all you knew at the time, they could well have had space.
Chair, I knew Durban Central.
You did not know for a fact that they did not have space, did you?
I knew they were complaining about our exhibits.
No, I'm not talking about complaining.
Yes.
You did not know for a fact that they did not have space.
I did not phone them to inquire, Chair.
And yet you say you had exhausted all avenues. So it was incorrect to say you had exhausted all avenues. And you see, the thing is, in response to Ms. Sillo, you go so far as to suggest that all, in fact, I think you said so, that basically all police stations have their problems, individual problems about storage. Do you want me to tell you what's very strange with that proposition or that statement?
Yes, Chair.
Look at what you say in the very paragraph 30 I've referred you to. You say that Brigadier Nyuswa should then secure a storage location for the drugs. He would have had to secure that storage space from somewhere.
Yes.
And what did you expect that somewhere to be? A police station, not so. A police station, not so.
Yes.
So how could you give this response that you gave to Ms. Sillo then? A response that suggests that there are difficulties with all police stations. He could not have gotten the space from outer space.
Yes. No,
So what point were you making then?
Okay, Chair, I think maybe I didn't word it correctly as well. I'm going to add this, but at my level as a colonel, and at that stage as a lieutenant colonel, there's only so much that I can do to escalate this challenge. Obviously, any station commander or district commissioner won't hold my opinion in that high regard, or my request, won't take it as seriously as they would take it if they were engaged by, let's say, my brigadier, my provincial commander.
But you would only get to that if you have seriously done the groundwork, or rather worked the groundwork that needed to be, or done the groundwork that needed to be done. You only reach that stage after all that. Here you did not even do that groundwork. You worked on an assumption. You did not inquire whether space was available, at least at these 3 police stations. I will not mention their names again. You did not even do that groundwork. So it does not even rise to the level of you having to rely on a senior who can better pull strings than you can ever hope to.
You know,
it does not get to that level.
Yes, Chair. And I think I'm going to say this honestly as well. Maybe I wanted my brigadier to bear that burden where he's being inundated with calls from that said station complaining that we need these exhibits to be removed.
So you lied to him. You said you had exhausted all avenues.
I didn't lie.
You lied because you've accepted that you had not. You had not exhausted all avenues.
I put the decision on him, Chair.
You lied when you said to him you had exhausted all avenues. Was it true that you had?
In my mind, Durban Central was out and
Was it true, factually, that you had exhausted all avenues? You've already said you had not.
Yes.
You've already said you had not, correct?
Yes.
So you lied to him when you said you had exhausted all avenues. Do you agree? It's as simple as all that.
I'll have to.
You agree?
I'll have to agree, Chair. But
Thank
I think it's
you.
a strong word to say lied, but...
Is it true? Is it true? Is it true? Was it true when you said to him, I have exhausted all avenues? Okay, let's get off lie. Let's step off lie. Was it true? Was it factually correct?
Factually, no, sir.
Factually, no.
No.
Is that not a lie? Is that not a lie then?
It sounds, when you say it like that, it sounds a little harsher than...
Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, Commissioner.
Ms. Silla, still on this, sorry. That decision to move to Isipingo Police Station, it is a major decision, right?
Yes, Commissioner.
And one would expect to have a record of it, that it is recorded and the reason for moving to Isipingo.
Yes, Commissioner.
But it's not in the diary of Warrant Officer Mpangase. You can look at it if you want,
Yes.
but he doesn't account for how that decision or why that decision was made. He merely says, we opened, we found this, it was decided we go to Isipingo. That is problematic.
Yes, I concur.
Yes, and it seems to me, and maybe let me put this to you, that the explanation that you are giving for moving from CHC to Isipingo seems to be an afterthought, because it's not recorded, even if you allow for this diary was completed for the first time on the 23rd. It seems to me, and you accept that, it's quite a big decision to move from the crime scene in the circumstances and go to Isipingo. And that it is not recorded here is problematic. And we have only your word now that you moved because the reasons that you are giving, that there was nowhere else to go. And yet it's not in the diary of the person that you left as the investigating officer. Explain that.
I agree with you, Commissioner. I can't furnish an explanation on behalf of Warrant Officer Mpangase.
But you see how it does lead, or it can lead to the impression this is an afterthought. Otherwise, he would have recorded that big decision in his diary.
Yes, I can see how it seems.
Thank you.